Hello, welcome to Tabletop CP, and this week we are in the Western Desert for another game of Bolt Action. Alright, so today we're going to be playing, we're going to be continuing our playthrough of some of the scenarios from some of the books, and this week it's going to be Outpost Snipe, which occurred on 27 October 1942. This is from the Western Desert campaign book, and we're going to see an Italian armor brigade versus a Commonwealth infantry brigade here in the very flat, open desert, and let's get into the briefing. Beginning, we got a brand new mat from our buddy Corey at Cigar Box Battle. This is the Rattlesnake Ranch mat, and it is a desert mat. Very similar to the Town of Liberty mat, just without the road. So it's also got some green in it, so it's a good, great mat, I should say, for desert warfare or any kind of arid Southwest United States, whatever you want. This is really cool. Check out the description if you want to get one of these for yourself. We also have our buddies over at Kick-Ass Mail Order supporting the channel, so thanks to those guys. They do online mail order service for hobby stuff, models, terrain, hobby supplies, you name it. They're US based, so if you're in the US, you want a great deal and you want to be able to get some stuff that's not that easy to find, check out their link in our description and tell them that we sent you. And lastly, we have our buddy Chris Reed over at Panacea Prints. He runs it's a 3D print shop on Etsy. He does really high quality resin stuff. And also a lot of very hard to find stuff that you're not going to find at Warlord or pretty much anywhere else. And he's given me a 20% off discount code for all the Tabletop CP viewers. So if you use the link in the description and you go to Panacea Prints, you'll get 20% off of your order. So thanks to Chris for that. And check the description. Alright, so starting off with terrain. As you can see, this is a very flat board, possibly the flattest board we've ever played on. I mean, not flat, but just empty, virtually empty of anything. And this is taken straight from the scenario design in the book, so I just copied that exactly. And no trees, there's not a whole lot on here, but we do have a few terrain features from the book. So we have, first of all, depression. So the depressions are going to be outlined in lichen. I don't really have any way to recreate a depression on the board, so I just kind of simulated them. But in the game, depressions they count as dense terrain, it says. And they also give you hard cover. So it's a -2 right off the bat if you're in the depression. Next up, we have some pieces of soft sand. So the soft sand is just rough ground, so trucks can't run across it or can't go into it at all. Infantry can't run across it. And lastly, we have a couple of rocky outcroppings. In the map, these are supposed to be rough ground as well, just like boulder fields, I guess, but that's the only change I made. These are going to be line of sight blocking rocky outcroppings. That's the only difference, and that's it for the terrain. There are some environmental effects that are going to take place during the game. We're going to have the blindside rule, so we'll roll off to see if possibly the attacker can have the sun behind them, which will give the defender a -1 to hit. That's not a gimme. We got to roll for that. There's going to be some dust clouds, so vehicles that run could possibly have a 4-inch dust ball behind them, blocks line of sight, just like smoke. And then we'll also roll on the weather effects table before the game and see if any of those weather effects are going to be affecting the game at all. So that's it for the terrain, I think. And yeah, so let's talk about the mission. Operation Snipe. So in this one, the defender, who is going to be the Commonwealth infantry brigade, will get half of the points of the attacking Italians. We've rarely done that, so this will be kind of new for us to do that. We usually always have balanced point games, but this is designed this way, so I'm hoping it works out pretty well. It should. As far as deployment goes, the Commonwealth will be deploying inside of this depression, so it's a 15-inch diameter from the center of the board, and they can start hidden and dug in. So what that means to me, they're going to be hard cover for being in the depression, and they're going to be hidden, which is like another -4. Dug in is like a -2, I think. It pretty much means that you just count as down, but you can fire. So you're dug in inside a depression and hidden. In other words, it's going to be virtually impossible to hit these guys. There is another depression over here, so maybe the Italians could use that. I'm not sure how useful it will be to them. The Italians will be deploying up at least half of their force in their first wave. Could be their whole force. Their board edge is over here. And let's see here, there will be the confused fight, I'm sorry. The confused fight rule. So this will only apply to the Italians, as the entire Commonwealth have to deploy in there. But the Italians, the confused fight means when you come in from reserve, you can come in from any board edge except the British board edge. And you can't come in from a board edge that someone else just came in from. Now the Italians will also be getting a preliminary bombardment to help pin down the British a little bit. So special rules, there's one called time for a brew up, and this will affect the Commonwealth. So any Commonwealth force that, or any, if there's not an enemy within 12 inches of any of the Commonwealth forces, all of them can remove a pin. So that's pretty solid. And then there's another one called where do they come from, and the Commonwealth 6-pounders can hide during the game. So we'll see if that comes into play. I have a feeling they'll probably be firing a lot, and then I don't know if they're going to want to waste a turn hiding, but who knows, we'll see. And the objective here is for the Italians to overrun the Commonwealth positions. They will get a point for every Commonwealth unit killed, and they will get a point for every unit they get off of the Commonwealth board edge. Meanwhile, the Commonwealth will get a point for every Italian unit killed or disabled, and they will also get 1 point for every Commonwealth unit left on the board. So that part should be pretty easy if they stay hidden and the Italians don't try to get in the depression with them. We'll see, but so should be interesting. I like the way that this is laid out and how I hope it's going to go. So we'll see what happens. So let's go ahead and take a look at the forces. We'll start over here with the attacking Italian force. This is 1,013 points, and it is 11 order dice, and it's from the 1942 Italian Armor Brigade, which is taken from the Western Desert book. So we're starting out here. We got two M1340 medium tanks. They say they're medium tanks, but they're really light tanks, 8+. They have a light ET gun, and they have a coax machine gun and two hull-mounted bow machine guns. So it's 3 machine guns on these things, light tank. They're also vulnerable with the riveted construction, so I think it's another +1 if you hit them on the side or the rear. And we have a Semovente 7518. This is a medium tank. It's 9+. It's also vulnerable. It's got a medium AT gun out of the front. I think that's it. I don't think it has any machine guns. But the medium AT gun does have a 2-inch template, sort of like a Sherman. We're going to have 3 10-man infantry squads. We're going to have an SMG sergeant and an LMG, and the rest are going to be rifles. Then we're going to have a 20mm anti-aircraft gun, regular. All this stuff's regular. And it's going to be carried around by a captured British field artillery wheeled tractor. And we got the 3 trucks for the 3 infantry squads, and these are all going to have the medium machine guns on them. So the Italians are going to have a bunch of special rules too. We'll get into that during the game. I'll keep track of that, or try to, but there's a lot of them. So I'll have to see which ones apply to them, and then we'll deal with it when the time comes. So anyway, that's the Italian force. Here we have the Commonwealth platoon. So these are Indians, so they get the manpower of the Empire special rules, so they get a free 10-man section. I paid 20 points to have the Bren. So that's free basically. Then we have 2 9-man sections, Bren, an 8-man section with the Bren, lieutenant and man with SMGs. These are all regular. And we have a 25-pounder and a 6-pounder. And there is no free observer in this one. It specifically states no free observer. They didn't come with these guys to Outpost Snipe, and there's no aircraft allowed either. But that's not a problem, as we didn't bring any aircraft, or we couldn't. So that's it. So they get, I think it's 8 order dice, and 510 points. So that's it for the Commonwealth. So we got Steve coming over today. He'll probably take over the command of the Commonwealth platoon. I'll take the Italians, and we're ready to get started. All right, Steve's here, and he has deployed his Sikh army. So we'll go over a couple things. There's a rule called blindside, where we determine which way the sun is shining, essentially. And if I roll double what Steve rolls on a d6, I get to pick what side the sun is shining, and I did. So it's a dawn attack or whatever. So I'm going to say the sun is coming from this board edge, which means every time Steve fires towards this board edge, it's a -1 for him to hit. There was no environmental effects. Forgot to mention the ice cold and Alex rule, which is when infantry run you have to roll a d6, and if you roll less than the turn number, they can only run 6 inches because they're dehydrated. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring everything in my first wave except for this tank and this truck full of dudes. So all this stuff's just going to come in off the board edge. And Steve's got a bunch of infantry. He's lined the depression. He's got a 6-pounder there. He's got his 25-pounder there. And just all his infantry dug in. Everything's dug in. I think we calculated he's at a -8, -2 for the depression, -2 for dug in, -4 for hidden. So, yeah, perpetual 7. So if you fire, no, because you're down. So you'll lose the hidden, but you'll keep the dug in unless you move. I think that's pretty much it. Oh, iron holes, iron hearts. I have that rule, which means if I can re-roll failed run and advance orders with my tanks if it gets me closer to the enemy. I also have Prudente. It's another -1 to my order test if I have to take one. I can't remember if that's just the infantry or everything. I'll have to double check that. I have the Testardo rule, and that means my infantry are stubborn. And then lastly, Steve picked the rapid fire national characteristic for the Sikh Army, which gives them an extra rifle shot for every 3 guys. So yeah, tons of special rules in this one. Probably more special rules than we've ever had.
More we'll remember.
Yeah, well, we got them written down, so I'll try to keep my eye on the board. There's the board with all the rules. We'll see if I can if I can remember in the heat of the battle just to take a look at that. So anyway, let's go ahead and get started. Let's do it. Steve's Bagman. And we start off with Germans, or Italians in this case. I'll put one of my my guys in reserve down. I'll put my other unit down. And one more. So everything in reserve is down. Another Germans. I brought my first tank has come on. He did a run. They're slow tanks, so only got a 12-inch run. He did generate the dust cloud behind him, but I am out of line of sight of that 6-pounder from this. But the 25-pounder can see me. So next up is a British dive.
25-pounder's gonna
25-pounder. All right. The 25-pounder is going to go for it. He's going to fire, so he's long range and looking into the sun. So needing a 5. It's a miss. All right, next die. It's the Sikhs again. Steve has placed his 6-pounder on ambush. Me again. My other light tank has come in, and he has also generated a smoke cloud and a 4+. So again, it's another Italian die. So I got 20 mil. 2 squads of infantry. So my truck, I brought 1 squad in a truck there, run up along the edge, no smoke cloud generated, and another die. So that'll be the guys inside. I'll just put them down. British die. Steve has placed this section on ambush. Another one of Steve's. I figure why not? Everything on ambush. So obviously no coming in from this side. You got the 6-pounder and the 2 squads on ambush. They're Italian. I brought in another squad of infantry. I decided to bring them in on this side. What the hell? See if I can get into this depression. But the 6-pounder is going to take his shot. So just needing a 4 for long range. He's not looking into the sun. It's another miss.
I haven't rolled anything higher than a 2
yet. And I am going to fire my medium machine gun. At your 6-pounder. So we're 1036, right? I believe. When we measured.
Close.
Yeah. Okay, so needing 7s. Even though he fired, he's lost his hidden, but still he's in the depression, dug in. Got 1 possible. Oh, a hit. Holy crap. That's a pin. And nothing but a pin. We'll take it though. And then I'm gonna get my guys out there eventually on the next dice. So next die. It is one of mine. My squad is leapt out. However, the 2 Sikh squad Bren guns are on ambush. So both are gonna fire their Overwatch. So needing fours just for long range. We got 1, 2, 5.
5 hits.
5 hits. Ouch. And he's got 2 dead. Okay, next die. So 2 dead and a pin. Another one of mine. Oh, I got my 20 mil. 20 mil is rolled up here, attached to the artillery tractor. Next die. This one of Steve's. Steve has placed this squad on ambush. And that should be your last die, right?
I still got my leader.
Oh, the lieutenant. And he's back there.
So I'm gonna
And I should have one left.
I'm gonna try shooting into the soft skin with the LMG here.
Okay. Alright, so Steve has fired off camera at the soft skin from there. You got 1 hit.
1 hit.
So needing a 6. It's nothing but a pin on the truck and the dudes. So you got your lieutenant, and I have my 20 mil left. That'll be the 20 mil. My 20 mil just got out. He's up there in the depression now. I don't know why. Never gonna be able to hit anything. And then that's it. So next dive, turn 2. Italians. So I tried to pass an order with my truck that was getting hit over here on my right flank. They failed the order, 1 pin order, and they reversed back. So next die. It's one of Steve's. Steve's gonna start off with this section on the end, firing at these guys in the depression, needing 6s with the Bren.
Nothing.
Nothing. Not even a pin. Yeah, I guess I should put these dice in there too, huh? Okay, next die. It's one of mine. I've advanced my first tank up. He is going to fire at that 25 pounder. He's got 3 medium machine guns. But I am needing 7s. Is that 2 possible? We can do this. Oh, I got one again. 15 dice. And oh, I got a guy. So 1 guy dies and a pin. Nice. I think they only got 3 guys on that crew. So that's pretty epic shooting from this guy here. So next die. Did not expect to be getting any hits on these guys, honestly. That's 2 shots and 2 hits. So it's another British die. And the 25 pounder, attempting to pass an order and presuming to go on ambush, has failed the order. So he went down.
He was actually fired, but
Oh, he's going to fire. Next die is one of Steve's. Steve has placed this section over here on the end on ambush. Oh, and I should mention he actually took 2 pins because the unreliable sand rule. So the truck took 2 pins over here and another one of Steve's. So the 6 pounder has passed his 1 pin order and gone on ambush. Another one of Steve's. Wow. This section will not fire at this squad. Needing 6s.
nope.
No, nothing. Sikhs are not as good at shots as the Italians so far.
That's some.
Are they all mine?
Yeah, 1 die.
1 dice left for Steve. Somehow he's got half the dice I have. He's pulled it. Nice. Well, what do you have left? Oh, your lieutenant.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's gonna just.
Okay, so the rest of the dice are all mine. All right. All right. First up, my other tank is going to advance up and again fire all the machine guns at that 25 pounder. Needing 7s. 3 possible this time.
Can we do it 3 times in a row? No, not that time. All right. Guys in the truck failed their rally. They got really shook up when they got hit. So I got all this stuff over here. I still got a bunch of stuff in reserve. This squad's gonna take a Hail Mary shot at the 6-pounder. Nope. 20 mil will take a Hail Mary shot at the 6-pounder. So 2 HE shots. One possible. Can we do it? No. Cannot do it. Okay. The truck. The truck will take a Hail Mary shot at the 6-pounder. 3 possible. Wow, I'm rolling 6s like crazy, but not good enough that time. All right, so that's everything over here. Truck's gonna come in. Oh, I gotta pass an order. Hold on. They don't make it, so disregard that. They will not come in from reserve. How about my Semovente? He's not coming in either. Okay.
Does it count if you're pointing closer to the enemy? That's the question.
I don't know. That's everything for me then. I mean, I got my field artillery tractor for the 20 mil, but he's pretty much pointless at this point. So we move on to turn 3 already. Turn 3 is here. Man, I need to start moving. It's like game's half over. So it's not I can't do a whole lot of just hanging around shooting. So you took your 6, you took everything off ambush?
Except those guys.
Except those guys, okay. Alright, let me start off by trying to pass an order with this truck over here. Again, 2-pin order. 7, yes, they just pass. Alright, so first up I did pass the order. I'm attempting to run down the edge of the board with the truck. Steve is going to spring the ambush with these guys. He's got 3 rifles, the Bren plus the rapid fire, so 8 shots. Need 4s?
4, 5s, still long range. 4s, right, long range.
Just long range.
So I got 3 hits.
Where'd that come from?
That was your truck, wasn't it?
Yeah, I got one here though.
So your guys are in the truck, huh?
Yeah, but I never pulled the dice for them. Maybe they,
Oh, maybe I just rolled a...
I think you just rolled an order dice randomly. So 3 hits.
Well, hang on, there's not enough dice out there.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
It's supposed to be 8.
2, 4. So you need 2 more shots then. So 1 more hit. So 4 hits. That'd be 2 more pins. Sand.
Oh, sand.
Needing 6s. Oh, we got one. So roll on the table. See what happens.
3.
It's on fire. Oh my god. So I got to take like another pin and then pass a 4-pin morale test. Oh boy, here we go. Yeah, they don't make it. So the truck will stop there. It will be destroyed. So that's a victory point for you, and then I'll get the guys out. So they got out. They got 3 pins now. 2 from the hit and the on fire. So next die. One Italian tank destroyed. Advance this tank up. Another Hail Mary shot with the 3 machine guns at the 25-pounder again. 1, 2, 3.
This guy's just like a sand blowing up.
3 possibles. Oh, that red one was
Just lingering.
teetering on it. All right, next die. So one of Steve's. Next up, he did pass the 1-pin order with the 25-pounder. Loaded up a light HE shell. He's gonna fire at this one. Just needing a 3. He's got a hit. All right, so it's 4 against 8. That's nothing but a pin. 2 pins, because of the sand. And yeah, actually you needed a 4 to hit, because of the sun. But you got a 5. So
Oh,
you're
yeah,
good. So I'm trying to remember all these rules. It's not easy. Another Seek dice.
So I'm going.
Andre's lieutenant has snap 2. He pulled back. They pulled back as well, just to make some room for that 6-pounder. Start firing that direction. And another Italian die. And I got a 2-pin tank. Damn it. Let me think about what I want to do here. I'm going to have the 20 mil try to desperately to hit that 6-pounder. Another 6. Man, I've been rolling 6s like crazy. Not enough of them though. All right, next die. Yeah, these guys are incredibly hard to hit. We'll do the same thing with the machine gun from here. Another 6.
Oh, it's
Teetering. Next die. It's another one of mine. All right, the machine gun from the truck. We'll try the same thing. One possible. Come on. No. Trying to get guys dug in a depression. Not easy. So in the British die. Pounder is rotated, so it's a -1 for that. And he is going to fire at this tank here. Side shot. Needing a 4. It's a miss. Good, I need that. I needed that. So all of his heavy guns are done. Tank. The tank commander in there is insanely heroic because he rolled double 1s, got rid of all his pins, and he rushed up beside that rocky outcropping. So they're on the move up to the depression. Next die.
You're not going to spray me with 15 machine
I
gun?
ran,
No.
so I can't fire. No smoke cloud. Okay, so everything's done over here. Oh, I still got some stuff in reserve. Let's see if we can get that Semavente in. Nope. This is not going to go well if I can't get my reserves in. Another one of mine. I see if we can get that other truck in.
Doesn't a 9 make it? For
They make it. No, because it's -1.
Oh.
They're a 9. I need to roll an 8. So, but the truck does come in. My truck made it in. He hauled ass. Oh, I got to roll to see if the smoke cloud appears. It does. Okay, so a smoke cloud will appear behind that. And next die. It's one of Steve's. So he's only got these 2 sections left to do something with. Section Bren at these guys.
Mean 6s. Long range.
Should probably just fire at the truck.
Hard cover.
You could kill the truck.
Let's try counter.
You're not going to kill the squad.
Yeah.
But I mean, every one of these guys that live is a point for Steve. So pretty much I got to get everyone off the board.
Kill the truck.
Firing at the truck, long range.
2 hits.
2 hits, needing a 6. Nothing but 2 pins. But that'll slow him down. Alright, next die. That's one of mine. I'll put the guys in the truck down. The truck that ran on last die. The hell do I even have left?
You got that loaf of bread back there.
Oh, this dude? Yeah, he'll go down. Alright, next die.
Alright,
Is that the last die?
There's one more yours in here.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, there's one more.
Oh, okay.
So
Well,
I'll shoot your truck.
alright, firing at the truck with the other section now. It's got a hit. 2 more pins. Damn. Those add up quick, man. 4 pins.
Alright, that's
And I have one left, which I don't even know. Oh, the truck that got destroyed. So that's yours. All right, moving on. Turn 4 already. All right, so moving on to turn 4 here. And first die. Did you already pull one?
yeah, I got a.
Oh, 20 years. All right. Starting off, 25 pounders loading an AT shell. And you're firing at this one?
Yep.
Needing a 4 for the sun. It's a hit. So 4 against 8. Oh,
Ooh,
that's a
destroy.
penetrating hit. That might be a double pen. 4. No, it's not. Wait, you got. No, it is. Yeah, it's a double pen. So 2 dice. You roll 2 dice for that. 8. Italian tank destroyed.
Oh, actually. He's, he's providing cover to the tank back there. So this,
Yeah, he's going to need it. That's another kill point for you. So take one of the dice out for that. Yeah, I really needed the first die that time. There's one. Alright. Other tank, seeing his partner get wiped out, has decided to make a beeline for the British fort edge. He's just run as fast as he could. They're slow, so they're moving only 12 inches on a run. Okay. My truck over there just ran off the board. What the hell? We gotta start getting points here. I'll never catch up because I'll never kill one of his units, so he's automatically starting off with like 7 points right off the bat. And another one of Steve's. 6-pounders rotating. He's gonna try to take out the field artillery tractor.
what was the range on that? It wasn't 72, was it?
60.
Okay, so it's long range.
So it's long range plus the sun in your eyes. Needing a 5.
5.
Okay. Alright. Next die. Another one of Steve's. Ran on this truck again. And at 2 pins per hit, it's not unlikely that it won't pin out. So 2 hits, needing a 6. Just 2 more pins. He's up to 6 pins now. 3 more pins, he's going to tap out. Next die. Another one of Steve's. Okay. Steve's lieutenant, snap 2, and those guys are advancing. They can't run in there, it's rough ground, so they're just going to advance over to the other side to probably stop me from getting off the board. Another one of mine. You know, I'm going to rally this truck here. He does rally, so it's 1 plus. Oh, he's pin free. Look at that.
Whoa! Nice.
Pin free. All right, you can shoot at us again. Next die. Don't see that very often with 6 pins. Another one of Steve's.
All right, we'll put 2 more pins on you.
Okay, he's firing with the other Bren. He's got 2 hits.
I'm rolling a 6 to save my life.
2 more pins. We're back up to 2 pins.
I got one more than that, I guess.
So yeah, you still got that squad there. I think it's the last one. All right. 20 mil again. We're gonna take a shot at the 6-pounder. That ain't happening. The section, I guess we'll do the same thing. Not really a whole lot else to do here. No, now we're not shooting as well as we were earlier, so next die. Another one of mine. Okay, the truck. We'll try to pass in order. 8. He does. No.
He's got 2 pins.
Yeah, he does not. So he's actually going to go.
No, now he's out of range.
We're out of range. You got no
Can't
target.
shoot his ass.
We still got this guy. You can pick on him for a while.
I don't think I can reach him.
So Steve
That's my
again.
last squad here.
That's those dudes. There's going on ambush. So the rest should be mine. How many are left in there? 3. Oh, my Semovente, who does not seem to want to come into the battle here. Hey, he's coming this time though. Last 3 dice. So the first is Semovente ran in. He has no machine gun. He's got the 1 AT gun. I briefly considered just advancing and firing a shell at these guys, but what the hell for? I'm not going to hit on a 7 with 1 dice. Meanwhile, those guys, they had the 3 pins from being in that destroyed truck. They rallied, their pin free, and then the field artillery tractor is just going to stay put. Now, you know what? I'm going to back him up. Beep, beep, beep. There. Okay. And that's it. So move on to turn 5. Okay, turn 5. First die. I've taken the dice out for all the stuff that got off the board, so I'm down to like 7 dice, equal to Steve now. And first up is Steve. Steve's gonna have his 6-pounder. Which one are you gonna fire at here? This is a British vehicle, so maybe at the end of the battle you can get it back.
It's got a big hole in it, but I think I'm needing a 5 though. Long range, staring in the sun.
Yep, 8 and a 5. No, it's a miss anyway. Doesn't matter who you're shooting at. Okay. Oh boy, what do we do? What did we do here? I made a mistake by I should have just left him in the truck and just beeline to the edge. Them being here does nothing for me because they can't hit anything. So I'm not sure that getting in there and trying to have a depression to depression firefight was the best idea. I don't know. Let me think about it. All right, Samavente. What the hell? We're gonna take a shot. We're still needing 7s, but we can't go the whole game without firing a shot. So we're just gonna Hail Mary it. And they miss. What the hell? Next die. I should be able to get off the board though, hopefully. Another one of mine. Okay, so over here, they haven't gone yet. So he could just move them and side shot me. So I think I'm probably, I don't know. I might as well stay and fight because I don't, there's no way I can win. The way that the scenario's set up, which we'll talk about at the end in the wrap up. Even if I got all these units off the board, I can't possibly compete with these guys. So I could just stick around and try to do as much damage as I can. Maybe I could go after that lieutenant. It's not a bad idea. Just try to get some kind of kill point on the way out. All right, let me think about it. Decided to come into the crater. What the hell? So we're going to drive in here. The bow machine guns are going to fire at the lieutenant. I'm going to fire the coax at the 25-pounder. Still 7s for the 25-pounder just because they're still in their entrenchment. And they're small teams. They lost a guy. So nothing for them. But if I'm lucky, what did I say it was for the lieutenant? 4s? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9. Let me just double check that here. So it's moved. So I'm base 3. So moved. But I'm point blank. But you're a small team. So yeah, 4s. So 9 hits. That's a lot of hits. 3, 6, 9. Alright, I can get a kill point here. All I need is 2 4s out of 9 dice. How hard could it be?
Oh.
Wow. Holy crap. Alright, we killed the lieutenant. Should never got out of your hole, sir.
You should. Not a very good gun placement there.
Next die. One of yours? Oh.
No, I just took mine out for the lieutenant there.
Nah, it is one of yours. Steve moved that section just against the board edge. Another one of Steve's. 5-pounder rotated. He's gonna fire. No, I don't think we were point blank with each other, were we? Or you might be point blank at me, I guess. I wasn't of you.
It's 1 6.
Okay. So needing a 3.
Oh, come on!
Oh, my strategy of waiting for you to miss works. That works a lot for me. It's not a great strategy to rely on, but sometimes it helps. Okay. That squad there, they tried to run up to the edge of the rock, but they're dehydrated. The ice, cold, and Alex rule. I rolled below the turn number, which means they can only go 6 inches. So next die is one of Steve's.
So tell me the assault on the tank.
So you can try to assault. What will happen is you will.
So I'm gonna get.
I think you have to pass a a morale test first, the tank terror test. And then you move into base contact and you roll a 1d6 per guy. And since the tank moved, you got to roll a 6 to hit it. And then you roll a d6 and add as many 6s as you got. And it has to equal or exceed the armor of the tank.
So if I get 3 6s, let's just say I just do awesome. I get 3 6s.
You get 3 6s and you
Then I
roll,
roll a d6.
you roll a 6. You would penetrate it, I guess, and you would roll in the damage table.
That's a long shot. So this guy's just got to run off the board, right? Or he doesn't get a point. You don't get a victory point.
That's all I can hope for. I did get one
But
victory
if
point.
I wipe out this squad trying to assault your
I
tank,
don't think anything happens to your guys. You would just, if nothing, I don't get any fire at you or anything.
oh, okay.
Nothing would happen. You would just kind of back off. So there's really no.
No disadvantage. Let's try it.
I
It'll
don't
be
think
fun.
there is a
Never done it.
disadvantage. All right, we'll come in for a tank assault.
It's gonna be
Okay, they moved into the close assault. He's got his bayonets out. He's prying at the
prying at the rivets. Popping
prying
rivets.
at the rivets. Needing 6s. Got 2.
Yeah, got 2.
So if you roll a 6, you can equal my armor. No, so nothing. So you just kind of, I think you reconsolidate or
Just annoyed him.
kind of go back to your holes probably. Jump back in your foxholes. Pretty much all that happens. Slap fight. They're just quick, lock the hatches, boys. I hear some people climbing around outside there. All right, next die. Another one of Steve's, so he still has those 2 sections there. The Bren, what the hell? Are we gonna fire this? Might as well.
Yeah, let's fire at the small team. Or
The 20 mil, you might as well. You're not gonna take out a whole squad of 4 dice. So you could, in theory, take out a 20 mil of 4 dice.
so nothing.
Nothing.
You're right. It doesn't take that long.
Yeah, save a lot of time there by not doing that roll. Another one of mine. 20 mil at the 6-pounder. This is fruitless, pointless. Nothing. Another one of Steve's. So you got one more Bren gun in that section there. Guess you might as well fire at the 20 mil again.
Nothing.
Nothing. All right. So the rest are mine. It's just trucks and. So one of these is my truck. He'll pass his order 1 pin. He's down to 1. He will drive up and he will take his shot at the 6-pounder again. Oh, we got one possible. Nope. And then the machine gun from this section will do the same thing. Oh, two possibles. Come on, boys. Oh, my God, 2 hits.
2 hits.
2 hits on the 6-pounder, but he is behind a gun shield, which makes him a veteran, so I need 5s here. Shit, man. Let's get 2 more 6s. What the hell? Nothing. Nothing but a pin. Hell of a shot, though.
Hell of a shot.
And the last thing... Oh, my field artillery. He'll just hang back here and not get shot at. So that's it. So we move on to turn 6. To turn 6, what do we got here? Oh, okay. We're going to tank shock your ass and go off the board.
Get your bone.
Yeah, I can. I'm running off the board. And you're in my way. So you have to pass an order, a morale test, or be dead. Oh, you just got it, man. I saw that 6 for a second. That would have been sweet. It's like a victory point on the way out. So you just move out of the way, and then I just roll off the board. There I go. All right. Damn, that would have been sweet. That would have been a two-pointer right there. All right, next die. Yeah, that's one of mine. Semovente. Let me check him. Semovente has gotten off. He's heading out. There's really no point in leaving him around. So one of Steve's.
Alright, 6-pounders.
I've gotten 4 units off the board.
Try to pass an order.
6-pounder. He passes the order.
Barely.
And what are you firing at here?
I'm gonna shoot your truck. I gotta put that thing out of my misery.
Shooting the truck. It's needing a 4. That's a hit. A 6.
First 6 I've rolled today. But
Yeah, so you're at a 3 because you're long range, right? So you drop from 4 to, no, that's a medium AT gun. So you're a 4, 10. Yeah, so it's a double pen. So 2 dice. You roll 2 dice on the table.
he's bloated.
Yeah, he's dead.
Mamma mia!
There goes the truck. And another victory point for Steve. And next die. 6-pounder gets a kill. 25-pounder got a kill. Both your AT weapons have gotten a kill. So I'm pretty much down to that squad
They
over
can't-
there.
Can't make it, so.
These guys here, I have to roll a 6. If not, they're going to stop short and probably get shot to shit. So since it's turn 6, I can't roll under the turn number. Otherwise, they're dehydrated. So hopefully they're back here emptying their canteens and getting ready to run. Come on, baby. It's a 2. They don't make it. So they're stumbling and bumbling and rumbling and they stop right here. I'm tired, sir, or Sarge. Alright, next die. They should have hydrated before the mission. They drank two canteens in a row. I really have nothing left to do. I mean, I could ineptly fire those things. And okay, how about this? I'll try again on the 6-pounder with the 20 mil. And I miss. And that's pretty much it for me. I got that squad in there. They can't do anything. They'll never make it off.
I got one more shot with the 25-pounder.
You still have a 25-pounder.
Alright.
25-pounder is going to see if he can finish off the outro. He needs a 6, turned, long range, looking into the sun. And it's a miss. That's anticlimactic.
Alright. Game over.
So yeah, that's the end of the game. So it's an interesting one. We'll come back and wrap it up. Alright, so wrapping up here, the final score was the British 9 points, the Italians 5 points. Steve got 3 kill points for the 2 trucks and the tank. Plus he gets 1 point for every one of his units left on the board. So tallied up, that's 9. I got 4 units off the board. I got the Semavente, the other little tank like this, and a truck and a dude. Plus 1 kill point for the lieutenant. So, yeah. Overall, I think having a point per guy may be a bit much. Maybe it should be like, I don't know, because it's so freaking hard to kill them when they're dug in the depression. I mean, just to
And
get
there's no motivation for them to get out.
right.
So
And there's nowhere to go. When he's going to run out in the open. So
I could stay dug in and hidden
yeah.
for the whole game and get 12 points.
So I mean, I could have just ran off the board, but yeah. So you got to get in there. I only killed 1 unit, and that's because I drove a tank in there and fired point blank. But trying to get past the guns is not easy either. The guns did pretty well. They both killed the unit. They had some misses, but other than that, actually I think he hit twice. He hit once and killed, and I think he hit
Oh, that's right.
and-
he did enough
and didn't
damage
kill.
on him.
put a couple pins on. So if they're going to have, I mean, just my critique of the mission, I think it's just too easy for the British to get points. And the more units they have, the more points they just start off with. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? Was the preparatory bombardment. I don't think that might have made a little bit of a difference, but not. That wouldn't have swung the game in any way. It might have put a few pins on you, maybe killed the guy. We'll just say I forgot. I rolled a 1. How about that? Like I said, there's so many rules. There are so many rules. There's like 10 different rules going on all at once in this game. Between all the Italian special rules, the British special rules, the mission special rules, the terrain special rules, the environment special rules. It's a lot going on. So hard to keep straight, but like Steve was saying off camera, there's really not anything else to really do. There's no line of sight questions. There's no terrain questions. There's no hard cover, soft cover. It's just very clear. He's in theirs, gets -4 dug in.
This would be a good learning game because it's small number of order dice.
Yeah.
Less discussion about nuanced rules.
Yeah.
Except for the special rule.
There's not a lot, basic rule wise that we had to worry about as far as line of sight and all that, but
They made up for it with a whole bunch of
yeah. Yeah, it's an easy
staring
game.
into the sun.
The sun. Yeah, I mean, there was a lot of rules going on, but overall, I think it added flavor to the game for sure with the sun and the running off the edge. These guys get dehydrated, just stuff like that's really cool. So as long as you can keep them straight, it's a good addition. I still think it's too much to give them a point per unit on the board at the end, just because it's impossible to kill them. So they're pretty much always going to have a bunch of points for surviving units. Maybe it should be 2 points per unit that get off the board for the Italians. That'd probably make it more even. I guess maybe that'd be swinging it too far their way. I don't know, but
That would have been 12-10.
it would have been, yeah, it'd make it a lot more enticing to just run off the board and not fight. So I don't know. There could be some little tweaks to make it a little bit more balanced, make it not so easy for the British to just start instantly with a bunch of points. And then the Italians are playing catch up the whole time, just trying to get off the board. And the more stuff you get off the board, the less stuff you have to kill stuff with. So, I mean, it's like a self-fulfilling prophecy. You're going to not be able to kill anything because everything's off the board. But anyway, we played it as written. I think if we ever played this again, we'd probably tweak the victory points a little bit somehow, put some thought into it, come up with some just to make it a little bit more balanced. But it's just it's not balanced in my opinion, with them getting a point for every unit left. Other than that, really cool idea. These guys dug inside that depression, just fending off the wave of Italians just trying to overrun their position. One thing just popped in my head. Maybe they get 2 points if they get a unit off of the board inside the depression, because that would make them more likely to drive into there to get off the board in there, kind of simulating them overrunning the position. I don't know, just something to think about. So so let us know what you guys think of this game and what could be changed to make it a little bit more balanced point wise. Getting off the edge in the depression for the Italians, maybe that being worth more points. I don't know. There's a lot of things you could do. It's a nice base for a mission. You could add objectives, maybe another depression out here, and like the British have to get out to it and secure it, or maybe have little depressions and have just a bunch of British units spread out instead of all in one big depression. Could be kind of fun. So anyway, yeah, thanks to Steve for coming out. Thanks to all the live streamers who are here and giving us advice. We always appreciate that as normal. And check out all our sponsors. Check out our new cigar box battle mat here about Rattlesnake Ranch. Description for that, kick-ass mail order. And don't forget that Chris Reed over at Panacea Prints is giving a 20% discount for anything you order on the store if you use the link in the description here. So thanks to Chris for that. It's very nice of him. So if you guys are looking for 3D prints, go to that link and you get a nice discount. And check out our social media stuff, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and of course the channel, which you're looking at right now already. And let us know what you guys think about this game, and we'll see you next time.